At the beginning of my journey, I only knew a little about social and emotional learning. Yes, it's true that my passion is making those connections with my kiddos, my students. I held morning meeting circles every day and always started my math block in a circle to encourage student engagement, allow for student voice, and promote critical thinking skills. I used read aloud books to elicit compassion, kindness, and empathy, and really tried to create a culture in which our class is a family together. We support each other. As we moved through our course, I began to learn more about the Castle 5 competencies and how they are the core of SEL. What are these Castle 5 competencies, you ask? Let me explain. The first two have to do with yourself, self-awareness, self-management. Self-awareness, knowing your own emotions, being able to label your emotions, knowing your own thoughts and your values, and how your thoughts and your values influence your behaviors. Self-management, the ability to positively manage your own emotions and behaviors in various situations, and to set and achieve goals. The next two competencies have to do with relationship between you and others. Social awareness has to do with, can you understand other people from their perspective? Can you relate to them? Are you culturally aware? Are you empathetic? Be open-minded and honest. Relationship skills. Can you maintain those relationship skills, those relationships? Even if they're with people from diverse backgrounds. Decision making. Responsible decision making has to do with your choices. Will your choice help or harm someone? Something I'm often thinking about when I make my choices. Wow, that's a lot to teach children, along with reading, writing, math, social studies, science, behavior management. Oh, wait. Then I thought, it starts with us, the educators. We need to be socially aware before we can teach our children. For adults to most effectively deliver, model, and embed SEL in academic settings, we need support in developing our own social and emotional competencies, as well as support of administrators and district leaders. So I sat down and went through, I thought I'd look at the school district website. Well, 4.5 hours later, I found a bunch of things in our school district of Philadelphia website. Of course, one click took me to another area, took me to another area, took me to another area. So I thought, that's it. I'm going to put this all together for my colleagues so they understand and will be able to use social and emotional learning within their classroom and for themselves. Okay, here we go. The hidden gems of the School District of Philadelphia. If you click on the Educator Self-Reflection tool, this is something I happen to like. I'm going to use this school year because I know that I need to prioritize my well-being for the sake of my students. Okay. Next, if you go to the Employee Support Services, you see that we have access to something called Lyra. Lyra gives us personalized coaches and therapists who are available for we get 8 free sessions, not only the employees, but the employees and their dependents. So this is something we could take advantage of. There's also in the Wellbeing Hub something called On the Goga, which is just a voluntary service that has different exercises, mindfulness, things like that that you can go through, recorded sessions, and look at. Another point I'd like to make is that connections come before content. Meaningful relationships are really the heart of an SEL-centered classroom. Relationship building is not just for the first week. It's not the first week activity. It's a daily commitment that fuels our growth all year long.
I'm a professor of child psychiatry at the Yale Child Study Center, and this is my 49th year there. I believe that the fundamental problem is that the system is built on academic learning and not on child development. But today, you need good social emotional development to do anything. And so we've got to make it possible for all children to have the kinds of experiences they need to be successful. There's still resistance because it's still the way many adults and many people think, but that has changed dramatically. I think that we're at a different point in our understanding, and there's no quick fix or easy sell that will substitute the hard work that it'll take to change from the traditional approach that we've been using to an approach that supports the development of kids at building levels to make the kinds of adjustments we're talking about. But it has to be done because the price for not doing it is too high.
It seems like everything we do with our students has to do with SEL. And not just teachers, it goes for everyone in the building. Climate staff, cafeteria staff, custodial staff, the one-on-ones. I know in my building, our lunch lady, Miss Donna, she knows all the kids in the little schoolhouse and has a relationship with each and every one of them. She's an amazing woman. So she offers SEL to our kids as well. Student reflection is a great way to elevate student voice. CASEL has student journal reflection prompts for all 5 of the competencies. If you click on the student reflection prompts, you can find all kinds of interesting prompts for the students to reflect on daily. I believe this is one of my favorite slides. Every one of these links has something great from the school district. There's an SEL toolbox, an entire read aloud library of prompts and books and activities you can do with those books. This happens to be, I just can't believe that this is here and nobody knows about it, so how could we access it? But here it is. It's a free curriculum for us called Be Good People. And you can see there are numerous grade bands. And if you click on, I'm just going to do K3 because that's me. You see that each one of the 5 CASEL competencies, under each one, there are different activities for the students to do. various lessons, extensions, more read alouds, different books. This is an amazing website that nobody knows we have access to. Now you do. I'd like to end my slideshow talking about restorative conversations. This also is on the School District of Philadelphia website. It really is important to have relationships with other adults in the school. We really need those connections for our own joy and our own enjoyment at work. Students also need those positive connections. Restorative conversations can effectively de-escalate and redirect students so you don't get into that power struggle with them. How to do this? You create some warmth. There's some structure. Let me show you the next slide. That might explain it better. I call it giving a student a love sandwich. You start with something positive, and let the student know that it's not the doer, it's the act that really is harmful to others. You speak explicitly to them, emphasizing the act that they did that was harmful. Make a plan. You might want to even bring in the other person and talk quietly to the two of them. Follow up with love and support. Don't judge, don't lecture, don't shame. Just think about it's about being right. It's not about being right, it's about getting a positive result. If you need other tips, please come and see me. When we connect, we thrive. Let's do that in our building this year. Let's thrive together. Thank you.